You know, sometimes I just find myself missing out on a lot of awesome fragrances. I'll look at a note breakdown or I'll look at a review of a fragrance and I'll essentially just write it off without even trying it. And I gotta tell you guys, I've done that with a handful of fragrances. I've put them off for the longest time, but then when I actually do end up trying them, I end up loving the scents. So it's like I missed out on that fragrance for a long time. So what I thought I'd do in this video was go over 10 fragrances that I wish I would have bought sooner. Hopefully this will help you keep from making the same mistakes that I do, where I just write off a scent and not even try it, because these fragrances in this list are all amazing scents, at least in my personal opinion. Problem was, I just didn't give any attention to them. I didn't try them up until recently, where I've been trying them and I've absolutely fallen in love with these scents. So I do want to hear from you guys on this one. Let me know down in the comments, what are 10 fragrances that you wish you would have purchased sooner? Let me know down below. Second thing is, if you're new to the channel, make sure you hit that subscribe button down below. Also turn on post notifications and give this video a like. Now that we got that out of the way, let's go and jump into this video. Starting off with the first fragrance that I wish I would have purchased sooner, that one was Armani code Profumo. So this fragrance is pretty popular. It's a popular one. A lot of people own it, a lot of people talk about it, and a lot of people to this day still do wear it. For me though, I just wrote it off for the longest time. I looked at the note breakdown and I was like, it doesn't really look that appealing to me. It's not something I'm probably going to ever wear that often. Then I would also look at the price. Generally, these fragrances, these Armani code Profumo bottles, are a little bit more expensive, so it was all kind of putting me off. But now, just recently, I've picked this one up to compare it to another new Armani code flanker, and I've really been enjoying this scent, and I've actually been wearing it quite a bit. So that just goes to show that I put this fragrance off for a long time, and then when I got around to it, I really ended up enjoying it a lot. So that's the first one on this list. Number 2, we've got Chanel Platinum Egoiste. So I've heard this fragrance talked about a little bit, and you know, to be honest with you, for the longest time, I didn't even look up the notes. I didn't do any research on it. I'd hear people talk about it, I'd be like, oh, Platinum Egoiste. I'd hear people describe it, and I'd be all like, you know, probably not going to be my type of thing. Boy, was I wrong. Here just recently, I've been on this fougere fragrance kick, and I came across this one again. I looked at the note breakdown, and I realized this aligns with my taste perfectly now. So what did I do? I ended up purchasing myself this bottle here on a blind buy, and I haven't gone back. I have not turned back at all. I've fallen in love with this fragrance. This stuff is incredible. It's a great, great scent, and it fits right into what I've been enjoying lately, which are these aromatic fougere barbershop type of scents. This is a classic. This is a man's fragrance. It smells fantastic. It's clean, fresh, soapy, masculine. There's just so many great qualities about this fragrance, and I wish I would have discovered it sooner. But regardless of how long it took me to try it, I'm glad that I ended up with it in my collection now. This is one that I've been wearing a ton, and I'm probably not going to stop. If you haven't tried this fragrance, I highly recommend you do. Platinum Egoiste, a great classic scent for men. This is a must-have. Moving on to number 3, we have Mercedes-Benz Cologne. So this is a great alternative to Dior Homme Cologne, which is a more expensive fragrance. It is a Dior fragrance from their Dior Homme line. It runs a little bit more of a higher price tag, but regardless of that, I love that scent. It is fantastic. This one is a great alternative at about half the price or so. Comes in around $40, $45. It's a great steal, and this one kind of has just a little bit of a different touch to it, but the quality is still the same, and really to me, still on par with Dior Homme Cologne. Great quality, great scent, great performance. I wish I would have got this one sooner and worn this one instead of wearing down my Dior Homme Cologne bottle, because I don't want to have to repurchase that, because it is, like I said, more expensive, and typically with Dior Homme Cologne, I have to go heavier on the trigger, so it's nice having Mercedes-Benz Cologne as kind of a backup. This is one that I can just spray on. Maybe sometimes I'll layer the two together if I'm feeling like it. Just a great one to have. I do believe Mercedes-Benz Cologne is discontinued. It's been kind of hard to find here recently, so got lucky on picking up my bottle when I did. But Mercedes-Benz Cologne, this is one I wish I would have tried sooner on for sure. Moving on to number 4, we have Azzaro Pour Homme. So this is a real classic right here. We just have the original Azzaro Pour Homme. You could also put Azzaro Intense in here, or Azzaro Pour Homme Intense in here, which I actually have right here. Azzaro Pour Homme Intense. We're putting them both in this video just kind of because, but I do wish I would have gotten into both of them sooner. I love the cinnamon and rum accord of this one, and I just love the lavender fougere type of smell from this one. Despite the note breakdowns differentiating from each other a little bit, they are pretty similar, or at least they share some similarities. Again, I do love both of them, and this is one of those things where a while back, I would have never looked twice at these fragrances. I would have looked at the note breakdown of this one, I would have looked at some of the reviews, and I would have been like, yep, it's old school, it's not for me, I don't want it. Come to now, this is one of my favorite types of scents out there, and I do wish I would have gotten into this genre earlier on. I wish I would have started collecting these types of fragrances earlier on, just because I do enjoy them so much, and I would have a lot more aromatic fougere fragrances in my collection at this point if I started collecting them a while back. Number 5, this one's a little bit interesting. This one is Dior Sauvage Very Cool Spray. So this is one of those fragrances where, to be completely honest with you, I never thought I was going to end up with it. You know, I looked at it, I looked at the concept, and I was just like, I don't want it. I don't want any part of this. I don't see a reason why I would need a fragrance in a spraying mist like this. I just don't see a need to it. At the time, I only had the eau de toilette, and that worked for me. However, I ended up picking up the EDP, I ended up getting the parfum, and I figured, you know what? I'm 3/4 of the way complete with the Dior Sauvage fragrances. I might as well get on board, try out Very Cool Spray. I also wanted to make a video comparing all of them together, so I figured why not? It's like $55 on our website, chaosfragrances.com. I'll go for it. And I did just that. I went for it, I tried it, and to be completely honest with you, I was super, super impressed. I love the Very Cool Spray to the point that I actually prefer this one over the eau de toilette, believe it or not. This one is a little bit more citrus heavy, a little bit more vibrant in the opening. The eau de toilette, you get hit with that ambroxan and that pepper right away. And there is some bergamot, but there's not nearly as much bright, effervescent citrus that Very Cool Spray has. This one really is nice. And, you know, I'm still not the biggest fan of the spray, you know, just how it is, because right now, I can't tell. It feels like it's empty, but I just got it. Very Cool Spray, it is an eau de toilette. Not the hugest fan of this type of format, but what can you do? I do prefer the smell over the eau de toilette, and I wish I would have gotten into this one sooner on. Up next, we have another classic here. This one is Yves Saint Laurent Rive Gauche Pour Homme. So this is another one where I waited. I waited. I would look at it, and I would think, nope, don't want it. Don't want anything to do with it. And then I ended up finding a good deal on it. I picked up a bottle, and I knew I loved it. So this is another one where I wish I would have tried it sooner on. I wish I would have gave it a chance sooner on. This can be, you know, solved by buying samples of fragrances, but I just really didn't even have the motivation or the interest to buy a sample of it. I'm just like, it's not going to be my type of thing. And lo and behold, one of my personal favorites now. So Yves Saint Laurent Rive Gauche Pour Homme, fantastic, fantastic barbershop scent. Probably one of the most popular barbershop aromatic fougere type of fragrances, at least in terms of designers, for the most part, I would say. Very popular. It typically receives a lot of positive reviews from the people in the community. It's just overall a very well-respected scent that smells fantastic, has great quality, really kind of takes you back in time a little bit, while also not going too far back, if that makes sense. It's got, you know, that old school type of smell, but it's not crazy. It's not super crazy old school smelling. It doesn't smell like someone who's 80 years old. It's got just a little bit of a modern, fresh touch in there somewhere. But regardless of that, I do love Yves Saint Laurent Rive Gauche Pour Homme. Wish I would have added this one to the collection sooner. Moving on to number 7, we have Dior Eau Sauvage Parfum 2017. So this one is a new acquisition to me on the channel, and I gotta say, love this scent. This one is incredible. It basically takes that Eau Sauvage DNA, just makes it a little bit more sweet, gives it a little bit more depth. What I get from this one is a nice, bright, zesty, citrus type of smell in the opening, mixing with that some lavender and some vetiver, some other woods. This one's strong, this one's masculine, this one's just a little bit sweet. It's got a lot of depth to it. There's something about this fragrance that just has so much character, so much uniqueness to it, and I love it. You know, this is one where, again, I would have never looked twice at it back in the day. But now, I love it. I love this scent, and I've really been enjoying wearing it very often. So, Dior Eau Sauvage Parfum, great scent. I would like to, at some point, complete the Dior Eau Sauvage fragrance collection. Right now, I only have this one. So I got some buying to do. I just got to pick a few of them up. But I would like to, at some point, own all of the Eau Sauvage fragrances because I love the original. I haven't tried the Cologne. I haven't tried the Extreme. But I do love the original, and I do love this one. So I want to pick them all up at some point, do like a comprehensive video comparing all of them because these scents are classics, and they are amazing. Number 8, we have Roja Elysium. So this fragrance was released in 2017, and to be honest with you, I just didn't get on the hype train quick enough. A lot of that was due to the fact that I wasn't spending all that much money on fragrances at the time it first came out. I wasn't into high-end and niche fragrances like this, so I did kind of put off sampling it. Lo and behold, after a while, ended up getting a sample of it for free. I tried it, and it was instant love at first sniff for me. I knew it was something different. I knew it was something that resonated with my personal taste, and it worked well on my skin. And I just threw my cap, and I ended up buying it. And at this point, I've got 4 bottles in total, 3 of the Parfum Cologne and 1 of the Extrait de Parfum concentration. So needless to say, I love Elysium. It's one of my personal favorites. This is the fragrance that I would take to the end of the world with me, or at least one of them. If I had to pick like 3 fragrances to keep for life, this is going to be one of them 100%. It's just that good for me. I just love it. It works great for me. Smells incredible. I get good performance from it and from the Parfum version as well. Elysium, I just love it. Great scent right here. Moving on to number 9, we have Bentley for Men Intense. So this one has gone way back when this one was really getting a lot of hype. A lot of people were pushing it. I looked at it and I thought, not that interested. And this was even before I started my fragrance channel. So this goes to show how long I put this fragrance off. I've been doing this for about 2 years now, just a little bit over 2 years. The whole time I've been seeing this one talked about. I've been seeing this one hyped. I just never got around to picking up a bottle and doing a review on it up until recently. And I have to say, I'm impressed. I love this scent. It smells great, especially for the price. You can't beat this stuff for like the $35 or so that it's at. That's a killer deal, and if you haven't tried this one, if you haven't purchased this one, highly recommend you do. Finally, number 10, Tom Ford Fougère d'Argent. This is another one that I got a sample of, and I tried it, and I instantly fell in love, and I instantly knew that it was a fragrance that I was really going to enjoy. It took me a while to get a bottle after I got that sample, mainly just because at the time I really wasn't that interested in purchasing Tom Ford fragrances, just because I just wasn't. You know, the price per mil is pretty high. I mean, you're paying on average like $150 for a 50 mil, so they are pretty expensive. But long story short, I ended up getting a bottle just because I do love it, and it is a great scent. Tom Ford makes fantastic fragrances for sure. A little bit pricey. Some may argue they're a little bit pricey for what you get. You know, I'm kind of in the middle there. I do think a lot of their creations are fantastic and are great and of high quality, but there are some that, you know, are just so-so. But this one, definitely not so-so. This one is good, or great, or why did I even try to make that joke? Anyway, Fougère d'Argent, fantastic scent. I wish I would have picked this one up sooner. You know, I had that sample for a while. I was riding out. I just didn't get myself a bottle in time, but I wish I would have. Tom Ford Fougère d'Argent, fantastic scent. So guys, that's going to do for this video. That were 10 fragrances that I wish I would have purchased sooner. I don't know what I was doing. I was slacking. I had no taste. I had no idea what I was doing. I put these fragrances off. I neglected them when they just needed some love from me. They needed a little bit of attention on the channel. Now we've got them. Guys, I gotta jump in here real quickly and tell you about our new company, Fragrance Match. What we've developed is a subscription service where each month you get 2 5 ml fragrance samples of your choice delivered directly to you. What sets our website apart from the others is the fact that 1, we're cheaper, and 2, we send you 2 fragrances each month instead of only 1. And what's so crazy about this whole deal is the fact that we're offering this for only $9.99 a month. There's no shipping, there's no fees, $9.99 a month, and you're getting 2 high quality designer fragrances of your choice each month. That deal, that's insane. I don't know how we're doing this. In fact, I don't know why we're doing it this cheap. If you want to get in on this deal while you can, go check it out. The first link down below. $9.99 a month for 2 5 ml designer fragrances. Guys, if you haven't signed up yet, seriously, hit that link, go sign up. Thank you guys so much for the support. let's get back into this video. So thank you so much for watching. Let me know down in the comments, which fragrances do you wish that you purchased sooner? That's going to do it for me, guys. So thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to like, subscribe, do all that fun stuff. I'll see you tomorrow night with another one. Take care.